seeing some things to adjust. Here's Randall. 1:06 left in the first quarter. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. Jalen Green has shown he's capable of carrying a team offensively. He said it feels good knowing that my teammates believe in me to do that. I had to learn a lot of things to grow, but that's what I work for. I want to be one of those guys that you give the ball to in crunch time. Kevin, I always want to give the mic to you in crunch time. Back to you.
David, you are an unselfish playmaker, and I appreciate that. By the way, Green can be electric and so fun to watch. Hey, D.A., thanks. And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame.
Now here's Van Vliet. Edwards with the block.
And the athleticism of Edwards helping on defense, capable of getting up to block shots.
So they take the lead.
3 points.
Edwards got 7 points.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
No good with the layup. With the end of one, both teams putting up some points. Minnesota on top, ending the first quarter on a 12-4 run. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And rebounding numbers, sometimes we overlook them, but they can have a big effect on the outcome.
Greg, what's the key thing Fred VanVleet brings to this offense?
I feel like he's really a centering presence. The guys can look to him to call the play, to give them their orders, and trust that he's setting them up for success.
Now, here's DiVincenzo. Scoreless thus far.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Stolen by Brooks.
And how about the stingy defense there to deny that pass?
Minnesota in the lead. Picked by Reed. Randall left side. Pass to DiVincenzo. Back to Randall. To the paint. Can't get it to fall.
Just enough resistance to force the miss. Barely. That's one he'll generally make.
Here's Reed. And Reed throws it down.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
An important 2 points, not just on the scoreboard, but also for a little bit of momentum.
Here is Edwards after the Rockets pick up 3 to the inside. And Reed throws it down.
He gives up a bit of size at the center position, but his lead...
Yes!
Rocketing off the deck. Thompson showing that youthful exuberance.
To the middle. Here's Reed. And Reed throws it down.
Oh, dynamic two-hand jam.
And right in the face of the defender. And it's Green missing. Pass to DiVincenzo. And Fred VanVleet is going to pick up a foul. That's his third foul of the game. Richard, we've seen how far basketball has evolved from 10 years ago to 5 years ago to now. What is it looking like when you go ahead 5 or 10 years?
I think in 5 to 10 years, we're going to see more and more centers that are just so skilled. Taller players, more Kevin Durant's. You're going to see more Wembys. You're going to see more Chet Holmgrens because they're not just putting the tall guy underneath the basket. They're giving him the ball and teaching him how to run pick and roll now.
Randall. He can't get it to go. Great defense that time from Şengün. Down low. Here's Thompson. And falls. Great assist by Van Vliet. That's 12 points from Amen Thompson.
This one has been all about Amen Thompson. A freakish athlete. When he gets rolling, there's just not much a defender can do.
Here's Reed. It's rebounded by Şengün. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Here's Thompson. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for Houston.
From the very start of this game, they have been giving the ball handlers trouble, using good pressure to force turnovers and get steals.
And unbothered by the contact inside, Edwards plays the game with so much physicality.
Şengün with the bucket.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Rockets are making progress. Coach Ime Udoka said it doesn't happen overnight. Changing habits and things like that takes time. Guys learn and grow at a different pace. My thing is getting us all on the same page. We're not that far off. Kevin, they sure look like they're building in the right direction.
David, they are, and some good helps have helped as well. And we thank you for that report.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
He's locked in with his teammates right now, setting guys up in perfect position.
You know, they like Randall to be an offensive presence in the paint. They want him to be an option on every possession.
It's good.
I'll be honest, he's having a better quarter than a lot of my nights back when I played.
Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That's foul number 2 for him.
Substitution on the board.
Here's Adams. In the corner, Smith with it. Lets it go from 11. Just 4 to shoot. Another miss by Houston.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
The muscle from Edwards.
It's simple, guys. Keep getting Edwards the ball and just let Ant cook.
Van Vliet. The shot from the low post is good. Van Vliet's got 5 now.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
The 3 for DiVincenzo. Oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
And a huge 3 there to chop the lead down as we go into the break. Still anyone's game.
The Timberwolves.
Amen Thompson, he's feeling it tonight, and he has been the driving force for Houston. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all, and he looks to be planning for more. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Out to Smith. From past the arc. Hits it from three-point range. Smith's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Rockets.
Supreme confidence. Smith really stretches the floor with his ability to shoot.
Rockets leading by 4. RJ, the Rockets don't just have young talent. They have elite young talent.
Yeah, you can have all the high draft picks in the world. That doesn't mean you're going to hit on the right guys. But Houston, they certainly have.
Inside, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Yeah, scouts have said Smith needs to get stronger, and maybe that's the case, but well, he sure muscled that one in.
The Rockets have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this game. A beautiful finish inside by Ant.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Timberwolves trail by 4. Randall surveying the D. It's hauled in by Adams.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Here's Smith. They kick it out to Green. And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Both teams making some changes here. And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. On defense, Minnesota trailing by 4. Pass to Smith. It's up a 3. DiVincenzo with the rebound.
And sometimes on defense, you can just get lucky.
Alexander Walker on the wing. A three-pointer off the mark.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And that one's good, Whitmore.
And when he gets downhill, Whitmore is a force.
Out to the wing. No one near Conley as he lets it go. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Conley's got 5 now.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Here's Conley. He has 5. To the inside. Pass to Alexander Walker. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Rockets leading by 3. And Brooks gets it to go. Brooks has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And you have to like how active Brooks is on the floor. Working hard to be where his team needs him on that break.
Here's Gobert. Out to Conley. Gobert, the screen. The rebound by Steven Adams. Greg, their unselfish play has really been impressive.
They're trusting one another out there, wanting to get each other involved. This is great basketball. And guys, we're going to see a lot of that from this young man. Smith right now, beasting.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Gobert in the corner.
In the third. 2 minutes.
Pass to Reed. Looking for Gobert. He gets it there. Count that bucket.
Right through the contact. Gobert's added so much strength since being drafted back in 2013. It's helped all facets of his game.
And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more. So it'll be Jalen Green shooting. It's on Anthony Edwards. That's good from Green.
The first ever pick out of the G League Ignite, Jalen Green created his own pathway to the NBA, selected second overall in 2021.
Yep, it counts. Edwards got 4 points this quarter.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
Timberwolves trail by 6. You talk about reputations, RJ. Few have one like Dylan Brooks.
I'll give it to this man. He is fearless. He doesn't care if it's Steph, LeBron, his mom, whoever. Dylan is trying to get in their heads. You want guys like that on your side.
Team foul.
So both teams changing it up here.
On the court.
Pass to McDaniels. It's in there. Conley with the assist. McDaniels got 5 points so far.
If you give a shooter of his skill an opening like this, he's going to take it every time.
And it's Whitmore missing.
It seemed like he changed his mind halfway through the layup, tried to go to something else, and flat out choked it.
Here's Alexander Walker. No scoring in this one. Down low. Pass to McDaniels. Shot clock at 3. And there's the drive. Rebound by Smith. Rockets lead by 3. Over in the corner, Green. No good on that one. Here's Conley. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. Rockets.
Timberwolves 47.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And so Conley will bring the ball up for the Timberwolves. It's a three-point game. Alexander Walker on the wing. Conley with it. Alexander Walker with the ball. Now defended by Whitmore. Clock at 4. A shot by Alexander Walker, no good. Houston leading by 3. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here. And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch told the team. Now, he told his guys they can do this. In the huddle, he said, we've been here before and come back. So we know we can do this. We just have to believe. Inspiring words. We'll see if they live up to them. Guys?
Thanks so much, David. And it's Whitmore missing. Alexander Walker on the wing. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Alexander Walker's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Minnesota. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. And that one's good, Whitmore.
And Whitmore, a beast inside because of his power and ability to elevate.
Conley with it. Picked up by Van Vliet. Back to Conley. To take the lead. Wow, through the contact, and that three almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
First team foul.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Oh, they've been punishing the inside defense consistently in this one. Look, it's been a very productive area of the floor for them.
Good on the second free throw. And he nails the third.
I know he's kicking himself for not snatching the lead. But look, he ties things up.
And Thompson slams it home.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Outside Edwards. Edwards holding off the D and converts.
Assist from
A fantastic decision-making big. Randall with the right choice there, finding the open man.
Here's Whitmore. Drives to the hoop. Good. Whitmore's got 4 points this quarter.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Man, this has been a fun one. But look, who doesn't love a high-scoring game?
Has to go Gobert. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Alperen Şengün.
And Gobert knows his role on this team. Rebound, block shots, and look to score near the basket.
And the Rockets making a change here. Pass to Şengün. Thompson for the triple. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Alexander Walker on the wing. Gobert in the corner. No one near Randall as he lets it go. And he's good on the 3-ball. And the Timberwolves lead by 1.
And such a clutch shooter. I mean, he lives with a big shot. And when he's rolling like this, watch out.
In the corner, Smith with it. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Timberwolves.
The name of the game in the modern NBA is making threes. Spacing the court, and that's exactly what they are doing tonight.
And their offense is really clicking right now.
Playing with a lot of energy and really taking it to the defense. And this is the right play by Conley. Sticking with the motion and ensuring he gets to the line.
And Conley drops them both.
Now he's perfectly comfortable doing work at the line.
To the middle. Green in the high post. To the paint. Here's Smith. Good. Great play by Green to set it up.
And this is a statement bucket. If you weren't excited about Smith already, how about now?
To the inside. Here's Edwards. Out to Conley. Right wing. Three-pointer, Randall. Şengün with the rebound. The Rockets trail. Down low. Smith. Can't cash in from close range. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Here's Conley, and the basket is good. Conley's got 9 points here in the second half.
And there is just no fear in Mike Conley. He has not let a big shot he was afraid to take.
Here's Green, driving the lane. It falls, and he has brought them to within 2 points.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
Such a gutsy player. Edwards wants to be the guy taking big shots.
Out to Thompson. Back to Smith. Rebound by Alexander Walker. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Here's Edwards. Drops in the layup for 2. And it's a 7-point Timberwolves lead.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
No let up with these guys. They're going for the throat now.
How about the inbound pass there? Easy bucket.
It's the first. That increases their lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game.
I'm not going to lie. That's big, making all of those. Giving them a little bit more breathing room.
They get it again. They kick it out to Green. It's in! And now they trail by just 4. And so it's Randall bringing it up now for Minnesota. And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Shooting for Minnesota, Julius Randle at the line for 2.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 6-point ball game.
Can't waste any time here.
It needs to be a quick shot, then a quick foul.
Yes!
He is getting everything he wants. The defense is seemingly powerless to slow him down. It's sad.
And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
At the line for the Timberwolves,
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game. "15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And it's Green missing. Got a piece of it. Tries to save it. Randle outside. And so the Timberwolves take the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And that'll do it, folks. Along with Greg Anthony.
Drilling it too. Man step and flex round there trying to finish them youths. Top block drilling it. Go home and I build my more time man stepping in twos. Watch my back when I lean. Man do the same cause that's my brother. Put one hand on my brother. Man's getting straight round there with a straight. Man too tough on the neck, catch him in the flesh. I just put me a 10 down. Don't you know I'm about my bar? I love my freedom, but I risk it anytime I see them. Fly at the ride, man, pre them. Put me up, man, he kept on. L2R2, man, pop this corn like the cinema view. If bros see Jones, man, chilling it too, man. Step trying to finish them youths. No, man, cut you, bust that. Think, give me that WhatsApp, but when I hit you, better bring me that rucksack. Like, on the up block with a rock back. 2 hands on, man, bust that. Think give me that WhatsApp, but when I hit you, better bring me that rucksack. Like, on the up block with a buck back. 2 hands on my clutch that. Don't sell my cock that. And you up on back,
Town making money, this a paycation. 60 overall, the BO2K rating. When you see me, you think power, I ain't raised Canaan. Had to get it out the mud, now it's apes bathing. Whip flying, turned the garage to a space station. Time to start a new kid, I'm finna plane Jane. Meech on the beat, I know you hear the bass basin. Oh, yo, first I got some heard a hater hating, I just told him show his bank savings. It get hot up in the kitchen, but it ain't a cake baking. Penthouse in the A, this my safe haven. Deep down inside, dog a fan, he just fake hating. Already said we getting paid, ain't no vacation. When we hit it to the tension, no, it ain't no vacations. Ain't that what face it? I can't stop, how ironic that the had my super gremlin pull up off a fake 10. Yo, baby locked in like I'm in a playpen. Walk in the stool just to preach, amen. Invented fire, we some cavemen. No, the haters, they don't bother me, I hate them. You tryna make friends, we tryna make ends. Why you playing with that little pape? You better save rent. At half court, all my haters on the same bench. I didn't make some cool, I got my...
Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast live in Milwaukee from the home court of the Bucks. And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with David Aldridge on our sideline. So the Bucks win the tip. Inside, here's Lopez. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout here. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. And Greg, the Cavaliers in recent years establishing a defensive identity.
They do a great job of locking down the paint, Kevin, forcing teams to shoot over the top and just vacuuming up those misses.
And it's Kuzma with the ball for the Milwaukee Bucks. Takes a three. Allen with the rebound. And the Cavaliers with possession. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Doc Rivers gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. So for much of the brief time I had with him, he was talking about Evan Mobley. He said this kid is not a kid. This is a mature big man who affects all aspects of the game at both ends. But in particular, he's worried about Mobley's defensive presence and his ability to guard every position on the floor. Back to you.
All right, thank you, David.
Fearless move by Garland inside, going for the high percentage shot.
Hunter. And it's Hunter with the jam.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more. And when the Greek Freak takes flight, I mean, he's looking to tear that rim apart. So ferocious in his throwdown.
Nobody near Allen. And no good to start the night, missing his first attempt there. Here's Antetokounmpo.
Oh, that was worth the price of admission. Giannis is a monster around the rim. Too easy there.
Mobley wide open. Offline with his three. Stolen by Mitchell. In transition, here come the Cavaliers. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. Kyle Kuzma picks one up.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
You know, you were talking about Giannis. He can put up 30 a game without taking many shots from the perimeter. That's a tall order these days, especially because he gets doubled every single time. And the Cavaliers making a change here.
In for the Cavaliers, number 12.
It's Prince on the wing. Back to Giannis. Pass to Porter. Now here's Giannis. Guarded by Garland. Here's Antetokounmpo. He gets that one. Antetokounmpo's got 6.
Boy, he is so dangerous from this area, guys. Even when Giannis is defended tightly, he powers through it.
Now here's Allen. Runner down low. Allen's shot is off.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Tipped away. Garland with it. Guarded now by Prince. The finish. Oh, and the dunk by Mitchell.
A dynamic leaper with an impressive wingspan. Mitchell usually has some flashy dunks up his sleeve.
Giannis outside. There's the drive. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
He's put on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game.
Well, when you know it, you got to show it.
Now, here's Mitchell. And he uses the glass on the layup. He's got 6.
And bursting through inside. So difficult to contain when Mitchell's on the attack.
To the inside. And there's the call on Kevin Porter. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Mitchell up top. He's got 6.
Tell you what, it's not easy to fool Lopez on the defensive end. Good job from him to bother that shot.
There's 42 seconds left to play in the first quarter. At the top of the key, Mitchell. To the wing right side. Back to Mobley. Does not find the basket. His second miss. He's now 1 for 3. Antetokounmpo. That's a 2-pointer. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Giannis has got 10 points in the game.
And Antetokounmpo is an excellent penetrator. Moves as a man much smaller would. I mean, this guy's 7 feet tall with that kind of agility. Just finds ways to knife inside the lane and finish through contact. Really impressive.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Cavaliers on top, up by 1. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
They've really been disruptive on the defensive end, forcing turnovers and turning those turnovers into points at the other end.
Mark, we know the Bucks are a veteran team that has now leveraged their assets to try to win now.
And the question is, Kevin, do they have enough? There's a point at which veteran becomes a nicer way or a euphemism for old, especially in today's NBA. That can be a problem for you. Antetokounmpo is clearly a freak of an athlete at his size, with his agility and length and strength. And what really makes him special is that he works so hard on the defensive end. If he's on you, he's going to make it a long night for you.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin, the Bucks are still trying to perfect their chemistry. Bobby Portis says things take time. You've got to keep continuing to build it. There's another level Dame and Giannis can get to. Just making it clockwork. Them continuing to get better at it opens the floor for everyone else on the court. Kevin?
Well, David, with those two guys, Dame and Giannis, it opens the floor up a lot. Hey, thanks for the report.
I tell you what, Antetokounmpo has a real killer instinct on offense. I mean, this guy is serious about trying to score the ball and make plays. Always playing downhill, always in attack, and constantly keeping the defense on its heels.
Here's Garland with the ball for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Pass to Mobley. Back to Garland. Down low. If you had a chance to defend a lot of great scores in your time in the NBA.
Yeah, I did. It wore me out too, Bart. I mean, I think the attitude of those guys stands out. Their relentlessness, the skill level obviously was there, but it was the relentless pursuit of the basketball and scoring opportunities. Bernard King, Larry Bird, Alex English, Marcus Johnson was near the tail end of his prime, but he was a problem too. I mean, there were a number of guys in that. Kelly Tripucka, whoo, yeah, don't make my head spin. Total breakdown from the defense there. I mean, he'll usually take advantage when that's the case.
Here's Hunter. Up and in on the layup. Hunter's got the lead up to 5 now for the Cavs.
With a number of moves and shots to choose from, Hunter is scary. Nice bucket there.
And Darius Garland picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. Back to Portis. The Bucks working the ball around. Lillard with no one around. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
Tell you what, doesn't matter whether he's on the move or standing still. Leonard is a flat-out laser shooter.
Hey, GA, how about Damian Lillard's time in Portland? 11 magnificent years.
I mean, Kevin, arguably the best trailblazer of all time. Rookie of the year, then 7 All-Star appearances. Dame will always be a legend in the Rose City.
In the corner, it's Hunter. Back to Mobley. 3 on the clock. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. The shot by Mitchell, no good. The Bucks train. Pass to Sims. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. And here's Cleveland. The drive by Mitchell. Now Mobley. Outside Garland. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Garland's got his second basket.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And the basket by Lillard.
Lillard is tough in there, muscling that one home.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Back to Allen. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
That's serving it up on the platter there. What a nice pass. A high percentage look was the result.
Mobley with the block. Kicks it out to Allen. Sinks the three-pointer. Now it's a 7-point Cavalier lead.
I see you, Jarrett. I see you expanding your game, broadening the horizons. Nice looking shot there, big fella.
Portis. They kick it out to Green. Lillard left side. Another shot. Good. Great play by Green to set it up. Lillard's got 7 now in this quarter.
And the shot-first mindset of Lillard, when he sees an opening in the defense, he's looking to attack.
And Mobley throws it down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
Textbook feed from Allen, a big man who helps facilitate the offense.
Offensive rebound. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Shot clock at 6. An open look for Lillard. Releases from the wing and drills it. Lillard's got 9.
You know what? Sometimes something good can come out of a bad possession.
Drains it from beyond the arc. And the Cavaliers lead by 10.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
And so it's Cleveland going into the break with a 10-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. Back right after this. And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. The Cavaliers leading by 10. Now, Greg, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6.
And so Garland will bring it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. To the middle. Here's Allen. Porter pulls it in.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
The Bucks working the ball around. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Clock at 6. Doesn't go for him. Good D by Mobley. Got a piece of it. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Giannis Antetokounmpo is not one to puff out his chest and chase accolades. He said, I put the work in. That's how I get my confidence. I don't follow the media or my stats. What I know is that I put the work in, and I try to be the best version of myself. And that focus has served him well. Kevin?
It has. You know, his dedication, David, unquestioned. And we appreciate your report. And Mobley throws it down.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim. Oh, I love watching him flush it home, showing how easily he can get off the ground and bang it.
Pass to Hunter. That's good, and it's Garland with the assist. Hunter's got the lead up to 14 now for the Cavs. GA, you look how Garland can create for himself. Very good off the catch or the bounce.
So deadly off of those high pick and rolls because he can dribble into that three. A playmaker that can do that is a headache. Garland knows how to create that space and get his looks. And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Boy, I like the disposition and attitude since halftime. They're patiently looking for good shots.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
So I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
And a wide open look for Porter. Drills the three-pointer. Porter's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. For 3, Mitchell. Milwaukee with the rebound. 3 on 3. Here's Kuzma. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Kuzma's got his first points in this one.
Fantastic job moving the ball there by Porter Jr., understanding exactly what was available when his teammates were open.
Back to Mitchell. Gets that one through the hole, make him now 7 of 13 in this game.
And guys, we know Mitchell can fill it up in a hurry, which is what makes him so much fun to watch. How about battling through the impact there and then wheeling that basketball in?
Boy, it does your heart good to see that kind of determination in a player. Really excellent focus that time.
That one, this is for Prince.
Well, I like the fact that Prince does a good job picking his spots. He's not a guy that forces things. Kind of lets the game come to him naturally. An elite scorer, demonstrating once again how fast he can fill it up.
Here's Giannis. And then jammed down as he goes right over Evan Mobley.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now's when they need a spark the most.
The drive by Mitchell. Good on the shot. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
I like the fact that they've been very aggressive at the defensive end. Tenacious. They're jumping passing lanes and coming away with a lot of steals.
And Mitchell, no good on that one. And we know Kuzma's always been a terrific scorer, but great, he's developed as a passer over time.
And Kevin, early in his career, Kuzma wasn't called on to be a leader, but he's grown into that role, and he puts effort into orchestrating for his teammates.
Mobley misses. Here's Milwaukee now. They're on a 14-6 run. And that one's good. Lillard.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. And so it's Cleveland with it. 17 points was their biggest margin. And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout here. He wants to talk to his guys. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Jerome, good.
3 points.
Bucks trailed by 9. Launches it. No good. Shot missing. Screws in the corner. Pass to Merrill. No good on the triple. And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the 4th. Who will carry the day? Cavaliers lead by 9. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee. Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Here's Milwaukee now. 9-point game. Trent with the wide open look. Buries it from 3-point range. Trent's got the first field goal of the 4th quarter here for the Bucks. Here's Jerome. The wide open shot from Strus. And right away they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
The real. Come at us and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Shot clock at 5. Lillard from outside. Okeke grabs the miss.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Pass to Jerome. Here's Okeke. Here's Jerome. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Count it.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance.
And that was not an opportunity Lillard was going to let pass by. Getting down the floor in an instant and finishing on the break.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout here. He has decided it's the right time to talk. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, guys, I was able to catch Kenny Atkinson's message to his team. Now, he kept it simple in the huddle. He said, play smart. If we don't beat ourselves, we walk away with the win. Keep it simple, and we got this. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. We've gone about a minute and a half into the 4th quarter. Cleveland leading by 5. Pass to Mobley. And here is Mitchell. Now here's Allen. Lopez with the steal. Here's Antetokounmpo. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
Another night we see Giannis at his best. This defense doesn't have a clue as to how to guard him.
Kicks it out to Garland. Mitchell right side. That's good, and it's Garland with the assist. Mitchell's got 12 points here in the second half.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
Lillard way outside. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's on Jared Allen.
Boy, for such a young player, the razor-sharp focus of Antetokounmpo, really impressive. I mean, a muscular guy who still makes baskets despite getting hit in the process. He's not wide, but he is muscular.
Lopez a screen. Pulls it up. And again, the Bucks miss. And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Third personal foul. First team foul.
Pass to Allen. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Wow, drew the contact, and that three almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws. Highlight reels tough from Antetokounmpo. My goodness.
You know, feeling very comfortable taking a big shot when his team needs it. That's a sign of how Antetokounmpo has matured recently.
Screen by Allen. The drive by Mitchell. Cavaliers moving the ball around. 6 on the shot clock. He takes it in. Gets the bucket and the foul. Kyle Kuzma picks one up.
And I think Mitchell's focus increases when it's clutch time. The bigger the moment, the better he is.
Free throw drops for Mitchell.
Now they're going for the jugular. A few more trips like that, and we might be able to see this one in the books.
Lopez a screen. Three-pointer, Lillard. Nailed from three-point land. Lillard's got 11 points here in just the second half. Cavaliers leading. Mitchell with it. Lillard picks him up. Oh, and the dunk by Mitchell.
Oh, a fearless play by Mitchell. Sinks his shot while being fouled, and now he'll get to the line.
Giannis. Kicks it out to Lillard. Tries again. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Good, solid execution inside. That's exactly the look you want.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Man, the attitude of Antetokounmpo, really impressive. Really what you want to see in your team's best player. He's a guy that doesn't back down when the game gets tight and things are on the line.
.40 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Good D by Mobley. And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
And I'm sure he would like to have had all of those, but he's still able to pad the lead.
Outside Portis. Here's Kuzma. Oh, good with the triple. It's thrown by Antetokounmpo.
No time to waste on this possession.
Got to go right up with it and then foul immediately.
That's tipped and stolen by Lillard. They break it out, 5 on 3. And again, the Bucks miss. Mitchell wide open. We see the Cavaliers get the win here. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging...
Ride the hallway, ride the bus. What my house look like. Walking, she gon' make you. I do damage, can't stand it. Psycho bandit, like it's Marilyn Manson. Got the cash advancing. Get the Sprite in, pull the out the pantry. Take and I'm dancing. She keep up like a like a candle. Up in the car seat, hold it for ransom. Want a back, better call me. It's whatever. Buy the at the party. Fly, looking dummy. I'll pop to get. I look like a mummy. I'm getting this cash. It's my lady Sunday. I guess you won't talk if it ain't about the money. My boys in the when they jump like a bunny.
Welcome to New York, home court advantage for the Knicks. And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball on 2K Sports.
You know what the fuck going on, nigga? Let's get it.
This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers. Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Easy money for the Slim Reaper. Nice finish.
And here's Brunson. One thing, Doris, that should attract a lot of attention in this game, that matchup at the guard position. That is going to be special.
Well, that's the point of attack on both ends of the floor, and it's always fun to see skilled and capable guards duel it out. It is like watching a great chess match.
And so it looks like the Suns will retain possession here. The Knicks making a switch here. Booker with no one around. Offensive rebound. Pass to Durant. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Shot clock at 6. Here's Booker. Gets the 14-footer to fall.
This is one of the specialties of Devin Booker. That mid-range, you offer it, he'll take it.
We played just over a minute here in the first. To the paint. Brunson outside. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Doris, the way this Knicks roster was put together, they have a great level of physicality.
Kevin, if you think about it, with the way the rules are starting to trend back toward that level of physicality, they've got an opportunity to be successful. They also have a big-time star in Jalen Brunson, so there's a lot to like about the future.
Right side, Durant. Beal gets a wide-open look. And the 3 off target. Brunson with it. He's picked up by KD. Bridges outside. Pass to Anunoby. Towns down low. Towns is double. Over Booker. And Ball sends it back.
Phoenix ball.
So Booker will bring it up for Phoenix. It's Beal on the wing. Phoenix no good that time either.
All alone from mid-range. They know he won't miss many of those.
Out to the wing. Towns wide open. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Well, Tom Thibodeau had a few minutes to share. Their plan, such as it is to make Kevin Durant uncomfortable. Force him to take shots instead of giving him the ones he wants. Coach said it's obviously easier said than done, but if you let Durant get hot, forget about it. He can take over an entire game. We'll see if they can execute defensively. Back to you.
Thank you, David.
Assisted by
Boy, no hesitation right there. You see Kevin Durant assertive on the offensive end.
Over to the wing. Towns for three. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
We know, Doris, that Towns might already be one of the best shooting bigs ever.
Well, Kevin, he flat stated and called himself the best shooting big of all time. He has an argument because not only has he shot the ball incredibly well from deep, even as his volume has gone up, his efficiency stays the same. This is a gifted offensive post player.
There's Beal with the three, and a great assist by Booker as that one goes in.
Well, that is so easy for Bradley Beal. From three, no problem.
And the dunk by Towns.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now. Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
That one drops for him.
Boy, just tremendous focus from Devin Booker. On the interior, it matters not if he's facing size. Look out.
And the shot will not go from Anunoby. Kicks it out to Booker. And Bull wide open. He shoots. Buries the long-range jumper.
Well, more and more you see big men working on the outside shot, and this guy has one of the better ones in the league.
Anunoby, good.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
At the end of one, both teams putting up some points. Knicks out front. They lead by 3.
17. The Suns, 14.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Knicks.
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
And with this score of the Suns, you know, Greg, you never know who is going to initiate the offense for them.
And that can cause problems at times, Kevin. Can run you into issues keeping the ball moving. Turnovers can be their Achilles heel as well.
Durant feeling it out a bit. Shoots over Anunoby. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. KD's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Suns.
Let's remember this is 6'8" with some hops. OG Anunoby with the dunk.
19-16.
Outside, KD. And stolen by Anunoby. Driving the lane. And Anunoby slams it in.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm.
And timeout is called by Mike Budenholzer. He wants to talk to his guy. Here's McBride. Down low. Here's Hukporti. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
That one falls.
Boy, KD has such great touch on that floater. An easy, fluid release on what is a really tough shot.
And Hart has it in the corner. Fires the three. And the three ball is good. McBride's got the lead up to 8 now for the Knicks. You know, Doris, assists aren't just a point guard stat any longer, are they? A lot of big men in the league can distribute very well.
Yeah, Kev, it's really striking to me how multi-dimensional every single position in the NBA has become. As you said, bigs can pass, point guards can attack the cup and score. The game is becoming more and more skilled. That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
Booker outside. That's tipped. Fast break, here they come. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Kevin Durant is the human cheat code. Bradley Beal says of his new teammate, he's 7 feet tall, he can shoot the ball, he can do everything. It's a little unfair. I get a bit jealous sometimes. I wish I was 7 feet, but nothing he does really surprises me. When he's in attack mode and locked in, there's nothing you can do. Kevin?
Not a single darn thing. You're so right. David, thanks. And Bull sends it back.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there.
Don't be quiet, bro. Just play the game. Goddamn, all that talking, I can't.
Stripped it away. Pass to Achua. Over Beal. And it's Durant with the rebound. Suns trailed by 11. On the wing, Booker lets it go from deep. Phoenix, no good that time either.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And a fun run by the Knicks in the playoffs. But Doris, horrible injury luck ended their season.
Kevin, borderline absurd bad luck for injuries. You think about it, Julius Randle goes down in the regular season. And then in the playoffs alone, Mitchell Robinson, OG Anunoby, and Bojan Bogdanovic all miss significant time. And who can forget Jalen Brunson getting hurt in that Game 7? Almost unreal bad luck.
Payne's shot is good.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
To the middle. Here's Hukporti. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Hukporti's got 6 points.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Here's Payne. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And stolen by Payne. To the inside. McCourty. And he's able to get it back. Off target at the rim. And that one is off. And we've reached halftime in this one. Knicks lead by 12. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And Mike Budenholzer has called a timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Now here's Brunson. That's a 2 from Towns. Releases from the wing and drills it. Towns has got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for New York. And timeout is called by Mike Budenholzer. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. And timeout is called by Mike Budenholzer. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over.
Get ready for fun, fans. It's your Knicks Breaker and Boom.
Suns moving the ball around. Here's KD. Muscling it in, Kevin Durant.
It's not just that Kevin Durant scores it. It is the efficiency with which he does it. This guy, you can lean into him on the offensive end.
Towns in the corner. Inside. Hart. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Hart's got his first bucket in this one.
I tell you what, he came out of that locker room raring to go.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, Kevin, as always with Tom Thibodeau teams, they are level-headed. He said of his Knicks, we want guys to sacrifice and put the team first. But there has to be that belief. When your best players have it, your entire team ends up having it. We know if we stay disciplined, we'll have a chance to win. Kevin?
A very good chance, D.A. Thank you. So, Doris, when you look at the whole package, is Durant a one-of-a-kind player, in your opinion?
Well, we certainly have guys with that size, but this is a player who can literally play every single position on the floor. The size, 7 foot, the ball skills, the shooting, the playmaking, the decision-making. I am not sure we will ever see another Durantula, the great one, Kevin Durant.
Brunson outside. Over Booker. Brunson no good. Suns trail by 12. And there's the call on Durant. That is his first foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Brunson outside. Oh, Brunson good from range.
What a confident stroke from Jalen Brunson. This guy doesn't have to dominate with the ball in his hands.
Pass to Durant. Good D by Anunoby.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Back to Brunson. The 3. Good, and the assist goes to Town. And that's 15 points here for Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson right now attacking without hesitation. His foot is on the gas pedal.
Here's Beal. Back to Booker. Pass to Beal. Clock at 6. Booker outside. Book it! Devin for 3.
Devin Booker will flat put it to you on the three-point line. Don't give him any open shots.
Towns with it. Anunoby in the corner. To the paint. Out to Brunson. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Brunson's got 17.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
O'Neal misses. New York leading by 17. Craig in the process to bring in all their stars. The Suns don't have a lot of ways to add players in the near future.
Yeah, they don't control their draft picks for the next few years. That was part of the price for Beal and Durant. They'll have to be very shrewd to add rotation pieces to help them win.
Booker, no good.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team, productive and efficient.
And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
I'm in love with how they're moving the basketball all game long, and also their ability to move without the ball. That style just makes it so difficult to defend.
Anunoby in the corner. Brunson outside. From outside, off the mark. Suns trail by 21. Here's Booker. The 10-footer finds the target. Booker's got 7 points here in this quarter. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Knicks. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Over Booker. New York, no good that time either.
You know, the right thing there to try to fade away with the D all over him, but that is a difficult shot to sink.
Devin Booker, not a guy who's going to just hunt out his own shot. If you're open, he'll find you.
And it's Towns missing. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call a timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. And Tom Thibodeau decides to call a timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup.
On the court is George Ross. Right now, the Love section is getting t-shirts. Get on your feet. Making us move nicely. Back is your Knicks, City, Minnesota.
And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys.
On your feet, fans, and make some noise. It's your Knicks City Dancers.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call a timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team.
Get ready for one, man. Let's make some noise for your Knicks Quaker Dance Crew.
With 1 on the clock, and he hits the jump shot. Booker's got 9 points in the quarter. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. New York ahead, up by 15. And right after this, we'll bring you...
39.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Suns trail by 15. Launches it. The three-pointer is right on target. Booker's got 12 points here in the second half.
Yeah, one of his many attributes, guys. Booker is hard to stay with when he's pulling up off the dribble.
Brunson outside. And it goes out of bounds. That one off ball.
Some substitution. Number 35, Kevin Durant.
On the wing, Anunoby. Shot clock at 5. New York needs to get off a shot. The shot's good on the assist by Brunson. 12 points for OG Anunoby.
OG Anunoby increasingly dangerous with his jumper. Nice catch and shoot opportunity there.
Outside, Beal. Fires the three. Anunoby sends it back.
OG Anunoby is fast off his feet. 7'2" wingspan, says twice on the pipes.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And that one is good from Bradley Beal.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Brunson outside. Cloak loose. And now Beal pushing it up, and no one back to stop him. And finished off by Beal.
Boy, active hands, anticipation, and athleticism. Mr. Beal doing it by himself.
Brunson outside. Anunoby has the open look. Sinks the three-pointer. Anunoby's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for the Knicks. Booker, no good. The Knicks leading by 13. Brunson with it. Now guarded by Booker. Pass to Bridges. Towns the screen. Here's Brunson. Hands the shot from the wing. Brunson's got 14 points here in the second half.
Consistency as a jump shooter. Jalen Brunson with that quick, compact release.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. That one goes on Anunoby.
Clearly a foul.
First free throw is good. And always hovering around the 50, 40, 90 mark, Kevin Durant is both prolific and Greg efficient.
And Kevin, you want to talk about guys in this league who make winning plays time and time again. KD is right at the top of that list.
Well, this is the very definition of Jalen Brunson's game. His ability to get past defenders and create for himself or his teammates. That is nicely done.
Here's Booker. It's hauled in by Karl-Anthony Towns. On the wing, Anunoby. And he's good on the three ball.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
A nice shot by Booker.
How about that? Devin Booker says anything you can do, I can do better. 3 in the books.
And that's a foul called on Bradley Beal. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Towns for 3. And it's Durant with the rebound. And so it's Durant with it. They'll bring it up for the Suns. 15-point game. Durant machetes his way through contact.
How about the body control Kevin Durant has? My goodness gracious, takes the punishment and makes the shot anyway.
We've got 1:28 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Chalk up 2 there. Anunoby's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
You know, not necessarily what you're looking for, but still able to convert.
So smooth on the 3 from Durant.
The fluidity, The mechanics, the purity. KD's jumper is sweet.
Suns trail by 11. Launches a three. It's rebounded by New York.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Knicks.
They really had it going, guys. Their offense propelled them.
In this case, it was the higher shooting percentage that made the difference and earned them the W.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Jalen Brunson.
What you love about his performance is that he is simply taking what the defense allows and then making the most of his opportunities.
Brunson with a clean look. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
Phoenix, no good that time either. They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum.
And the Knicks good for two. Here's Beal. It's deflected.
77-58. Suns foul. Kevin Durant. Second personal foul.
And he knocks down the first one.
Jalen Brunson.
And both free throws good for Brunson. Five seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pulls up. And the miss. So no problem for New York as they get the win.